Are you looking to manifest the job of your dream? The romantic partner of your dreams? This video's for you. We're gonna watch how Jim Carrey went from being an aspiring actor to an actor worth over $200 million. My name is Victor Dream, and I'm a life coach who helps people manifest the life of their dreams. So like and subscribe for more content like this, and now let's get to Jim Carrey. Woo!
It's not Jim Carrey who can walk down the street just doing anything he wants to and get away with it because nobody knows you. After a while, hopefully it'll be to the point where I can't walk out in the street. Won't that be fun? where it'll be impossible to walk anywhere without being recognized.
When you create yourself to make it, you're going to have to either let that creation go and take a chance on being loved or hated for who you really are, or you're going to have to kill who you really are and fall into your grave grasping onto a character that you never were. I saw this psychic palm reader sign, and she gave me a reading, and she said, "You're about to do three movies that will be very, very, very big and very important. And after that, it will be impossible for anyone to knock you down from that place." I worked in factories. I had a 9th grade education. It's a series of crushing disappointments, and I just go into a different gear. I go into, don't know how it's going to write itself, but it will. I don't know how. I'm the guy who wrote the $10 million check to himself and had it come to fruition. I'm the guy who had the substitute teacher in grade 2 who said that, whenever I want something, I pray to the Virgin Mary and I ask her for it and I promise something in return and I get whatever I want.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years.
My dad could never afford a bicycle, so I went, okay. I went home and I prayed for a bicycle and promised I'd say the rosary in return, and then I got a bicycle. Showed up in my living room. Brand new Mustang bike. I put it in one of the scenes in Eternal Sunshine. A Mustang bike with a banana seat.
Just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million.
So you visualized?
From then on, it was whenever I wanted something to happen, I manifested it. I stood there in an open field like this with my arms out.
Can you tell me about your dad?
My father was not only the funniest man in the room, but he was a fantastic saxophone player. And before I was born, he had an orchestra in Toronto. But, in order to be something special, you had to leave Canada and come down to the States and prove yourself in the States. He was a little bit afraid of that transition, and also he had a family to take care of, so he became an accountant. And as time wore on, it wore him down, it wore him down, and he got a little bit bitter, especially when he lost his job when he was 51. That really broke him. Not only was he compromising to raise a family, but when you compromise and you fail, it really hurts. It hurts even more than failing at what you love. So that was an example for me.
And a lot of people don't know this, but when I was about 14 or 15, my father lost his job, and I actually became homeless for quite some time. Of course, I grew up in Canada, so I thought we had just gone camping, But,
I learned that you can fail at what you don't love, so you might as well do what you love. There's really no choice to be made.
Here are 4 things that we can learn from Jim Carrey. The first one is to visualize our goals. We get to write it down like Jim Carrey. He had that $10 million check. where he gave himself not only a visualization, but a deadline. So visualize and put a deadline. Do you want to lose 40 pounds? Do you want to attract the partner of your dreams? Do you want 6 figures in your career? By when? When are you going to do it? The second thing is have faith. We get to believe and then act. We need to have like that connection to our vision, to that purpose that came divinely to us. And then the willingness, the commitment to act no matter how we feel, no matter how the results are going, but just knowing that we're working towards that deadline that we set. The third thing is don't let circumstances stop you. We all will have things that are unfortunate in our life that can potentially stop us. For Jim Carrey, he mentioned that he was homeless at the age of 14 and 15. For a lot of people, that would put them into a diverted path, like life was a struggle, I'm a victim, but Jim Carrey had a different mentality. This was just a bump in the road, but he had that vision and that faith that kept him through those really hard times. And we get to have that vision and our faith for our goals and our dreams that will help us through, because there will be peaks and valleys. Sometimes the business is going up, but then it goes down, but then it goes up again. But over time, the goal is that it's just continually going up. And we have that faith, have that vision, have that purpose to keep it going. And the fourth last thing is audacity. You have to have the audacity to believe that you could do more than everyone, all the people around you. If all the kids at your school are not going to college or having babies at 18 or 17, we get to blast past that. I had to do that for my life personally. I grew up in a middle income school with a lot of low income students as well. And it was very common to work at like things like McDonald's and have a child in high school. I'm not judging them, but that wasn't a lifestyle that I saw for myself. I saw myself going to a high level institution, getting a full ride scholarship and living a life of abundance. And I'm doing that. And we all can do that too. So if you enjoy this, make sure you like and subscribe. And I do more content like this around dating, self-love, and I'm here to help you live the life of your dreams. And